That should have been 6. So it's just little small things like that. But overall, I give the performance a B plus. It's like I
Okay.
said, we should have definitely had a little bit more points. But the good thing I will say, Demarcus Robinson made us all believer, even though it's just preseason. He's showing like, hey, yeah, I'm here. I'm gonna make some plays, and he came out the gate making plays. Like, yeah, like 5
Okay. All right, that's what's up. So apparently my computer was having some technical difficulties and we didn't go live when we were supposed to go live. It happens, technology. So once again, we just gonna introduce you. This is my man, hashtag KTSE, keep that same energy sports, you know, pop in YouTube channel where he has all the people on. He's getting all the interviews. He's having celebrities on from Jordan Lashley to Daniel Wilcox. He's had Hugh Jackson on, Corey Harris, coaches from Oregon High School. Let them know who you are and let them know what you got going on once again. Sorry about the inconvenience, bro.
That's all good here, though, man. Everybody, yeah, like I said, name my podcast. I actually changed the name. I took out the hashtag and just made it keep that same energy sports talk. But it's the same thing, same meaning. So you can look me up on YouTube. I have an audio podcast too on Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, Podbean, Podtail, anywhere you get your music and stuff from. Just go to your search bar, put in, keep that same energy sports talk with Justin P. It'll lay all out the platforms I'm available on. As Hindu just said, I had a couple people on, like, big names, Hugh Jackson, Steve Reich, Coach Lachlan from Oregon, Coach Austin, and Coach Robinson from Bluefield State. Had Hugh Jackson's offensive line coach, Robert Valdez, on. His quarterback coach, Aiden Trio, Brian Henderson, Rob Lake head coach, and also had Elizabeth City University head coach. That's a small D2 HBCU school. Marcus Hillier had him on as well. And then Old Dominion starting right tackle, Tyron Hunt, was going to be in the draft next year. So, I just, try to get, as many people as I can come on, man. And yeah, I just like to do this, man. I like to talk to you guys, man. Just have fun.
Indeed, indeed, indeed. All right, let's see who we got in the chat. Of course, as always, we got the homies, lunch break hot take. What's up, fellas? If y'all don't know, y'all know. Check them out, see what they got going on. We got Team Rainy in there. What's up, fellas? What's going on? We got my man Davon in the house. I thank you for joining us. You finally got one of the live streams instead of the replay. You know what I'm saying? We got a couple people that stick around for the show. So, as we were talking about before, we talked about the Ravens making it 23 straight wins in the preseason with their 17-15 win over the Washington Commanders. Let's talk about who you had as your player of the game.
Well, this is easy. I'm gonna go with Anthony Brown. I was gonna go with Marcus Robinson, but somebody got thrown the ball.
Facts.
Anthony Brown, 15 and 19, 250 yards, touchdown, rush touchdown, no turnovers. Gotta go Anthony Brown for me, man. He had command of the offense. Like I said, it was a couple little mishaps with that we could have got 7 instead of 3, but it happens. But he's doing pretty good though.
Okay, so for me, I had Demarcus Robinson, of course.
Yeah,
I figured somebody might give Anthony his props, so I was like, let me go with Demarcus only because this is his first game with us. He's had limited number of practice. Um, Granted, it might have been fifth string defense, but still, you got to go out there, put the work in, and
I think.
produce on the field,
Yeah,
and that's what he did. Oh, okay. So we got a donation from my man Brodney,
yeah.
$20. I appreciate that, sir.
Hey man, but yesterday was Friday's my birthday. Send me a donation, B.
Matter of fact, you know what? I appreciate it. And everybody wish Mr. KTSE Justin P a happy birthday. His birthday was Friday.
That's it,
It
Friday.
was
Yeah.
Friday. You know what I'm saying? Show my man his love. And Brodney said, send JK home. Um, I don't know what to say about that. He's at home, Brodney. He's on my team. I'm not trading him. You know what I'm saying? I'm keeping that homegrown talent right where it is. So, that's for the LBHT Fantasy Football League. And for my football league, our live draft is actually going to be next Sunday. So You want to come around for that, see who's who. Justin P will be here, LBHT, my man Suge, a couple of others. Oh,
Well,
Jose
thank
says happy birthday.
you, bro.
So I'm saying yes, Brodney. Yes, happy birthday to my man. Like, don't come in here causing trouble, B. Like, I don't cause trouble with you. We keep it to the Discord. We leave it at that. And speaking of, if you want to partake in some of the shenanigans or the nonsense that we have going on, you can sign up to my Patreon, join the Fantasy Football League, the Pick'em League. You can actually get in the Discord and hang out with me, LBHT, Suge, Ferris, all the fellas come through. It's a real good time. We have 3 tiers. We have the East Baltimore tier, the West Baltimore tier, and the West Baltimore County tier. So, you want to support the show, help me out, be like Brodney. There it is. Also, the tip link is pinned in the comment section. So if you want to tip, have your comment show up with Lamar dancing on screen, you can do that as well. But let's jump back into this Ravens analysis. So next up, I do a 5 up, 5 down. You don't necessarily have to do 5. You can do whatever you choose. But every week after a game, I pick 5 players who I feel like their stock is on the rise and 3 players that I feel whose stock is going down. So as for me, I feel like stock ups, it's got to be Anthony Brown, you know, miraculous. Like what he had, like 256 passing, touchdown rushing, touchdown passing. I just think all preseason, due to show he can play in this league. Like he can be a backup in this league. Demarcus Robinson's another one, of course. He did his thing, no practice. John Ross, like he's a dude that I felt like he crept up on me.
Josh Ross. Josh Ross.
Josh Ross. Yes, I thought his name was John.
It's Josh. I thought the same thing too. It's Josh Ross.
The publications got it wrong. Okay. He had 11 tackles. Uh, Another play I had was Christian Welch. Um, he had he he had some issues in the run game, but he did get 2.5 sacks. So they were mostly cleanup sacks, but I did think that he showed a little bit of promise from where he started. And my fifth one was Tyler Linderbaum. And just for the fact that no one thought he was coming back, he came, he played fairly well for being out and missing a few preseason games. As far as my 3 down, one has to go to the offensive line. I just feel like all preseason, the offensive line has not performed in a way that it's supposed to or it should have. The run game has been pathetic. Now, I know most of our run game is predicated on Lamar and what he does, but Greg Roman is supposed to be the sophisticated run genius.
Yeah,
And what we have yesterday, 23 yards total,
yeah.
like it's terrible. My second down is going to have to go to the tackling. Our team tackling, for some reason, we just can't seem to get the team tackling issue together. And something's got to change because we playing some dogs this season coming up. And tackling is gonna either be the key to us moving through the playoffs or the key to us sitting home. And I'm not gonna say much about the last one because I don't like really doing the down part. But Brandon Stevens, I'm a little bit disappointed in him.
Okay.
Listen, he's left. I'm not saying that he can't play the position. It's just that college 2 years running back, 2 years cornerback. He comes into the pros, plays safety. Then we say, nah, we don't want you to play safety. We want you to play cornerback. And I just think that his angles are a little off. Like instead of playing, his coverage to the inside, maybe should be outside. It's just certain little things that he can correct. But as being a third round pick, I don't see him living up to that expectation. So if you have any thoughts on your ups and your downs, give them to me now, bro.
My 5 up, I'm gonna go with Marcus Robinson, of course. He just like I say, he's got brought here. I mean, he tore it up already. No little to no practice. So, over 100 yards or 5 catches, that's 20 yards to catch.
Mm-hmm.
Anthony Brown, he balled out. Will he make our roster? Maybe not, but he's definitely going to play for somebody, because he put on a good showing all preseason for the most part. Number 3, I'm gonna go Steven Means because he came off the edge yesterday and got some pretty good pressure. That was only just the run. So I'll go with him at 3. Number 4, we'll go with Josh Ross. He's flying all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
5, I'm going Malik Harrison. Yeah. Malik, man. He can make it happen. He's balling.
Oh,
that gunshot thing, so he now he can play football the way he wants. Those my five right there. Three down. Kavon Seymour probably gonna go.
He actually played decent yesterday towards before he got hurt.
Yeah, but he been getting used and abused all camp in preseason. Just because you have one,
But bruh, can't we say the same about Malik Harrison?
kind of sort of see, but him though he still was recovering from something serious. So yeah, kind of a reason why he wasn't up for. But he's getting it together now. But Kavon Seymour, I just don't see him beating out double corners we got. So number two, Tony Jefferson for the simple fact that you got Darius Washington, you got Geno Stone. I don't think they're gonna get rid of them two to keep Tony around. They're younger and more versatile. Tony Jefferson, second one. My third one, let's see. Let's see. My third one, I'm gonna go with Isaiah Mack because it's gonna be hard for him to crack that rotation.
Isaiah Mack.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, yeah, I can see that. I just think it's just it was for me it was just hard to kind of gauge where this team really was because we didn't really play too many guys together. We didn't do certain packages. We didn't go up against that top tier competition. So I can't really say, good or bad, who's up, who's down. I just for me, Tony Jefferson, personally for me is one. I've always liked that dude. And is he limited physically? Yeah. But he gives effort. And I just think that they may keep him around just for that leadership and that effort reason, because now we can keep more people on the practice squad. So he might be a practice squad stash. I'm not sure. Um, so next up, we got the things that you are looking for throughout this for the upcoming season.
Uh, let's see how can we get back to running the football effectively. Like since Lamar's been here, we've been top five in rushing. Actually, one or two, but I'm gonna say top five just to round it on up. Can we get back to dominating the line of scrimmage? Like I said, JK's back. Gus will probably be back in the foreseeable future, but then you get draft Tyler Beatty, then you bring in Mike Davis. Can we get that running game back? Back on track. That way, that opens up play action pass, and now guys got to bring the eighth and ninth defenders in the box. So I just want to know, can the running game get back to what it was?
Okay. What I'm looking for this season is team continuity. Um, everybody, even this morning, I was in the Jet spaces, just listening to Jets fans go on and on and on. Then they start talking about Ravens fans and how we said we're gonna go in there and blow them out by 50. And I'm just sitting there like,
I never said that, but hey, okay.
oh no, it's some of these spaces, bruh, they go hard and they talk mad trash. But my thing is the starting unit collectively has not played together. Like, we don't know what's going on with the left guard situation. We don't know if and when Ronnie Stanley's going to be back. The starters haven't played together or gelled together. So how are we going to come out these first 4 weeks? How are we going to play against a Miami team that we struggled against last year?
They
How
got
we
back.
they got way better, especially on offense. Their problem last year was offense. I don't know defensively without Flores how they're going to do, but I just think overall they might be a better team. People sleeping on the Jets, like they had an awesome draft. They had
Hey,
some free agents that they picked up. You got New England with Bill Belichick. You know, McCorkle. I don't know what's wrong with dude in preseason. He seemed to regressed. So I'm not. Even though somehow they're in years past, the Patriots have beaten us when they shouldn't have. But I'm not too worried about that game. And then we got the supposed chosen son to win the Super Bowl, the Buffalo Bills.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So just that lack of continuity offensively, even defensively, they haven't played as a unit. Marcus Peters hasn't played. Marcus Williams hasn't played a lot. Like we don't know what's going on. I'm also concerned what we're gonna do with Patrick McCarry because he looked lost out there yesterday.
I
Like,
think I think he's gonna be the backup center slash tackle guard, whatever. He's gonna be like basically how James Hurst was.
yeah, he didn't look good. And my number one pain or thorn in my side, Tyree Phillips. Like
Yeah. Mm.
What are they going to do with him? Because they tried him at tackle, it didn't work, and they're saying, "Oh no, he's a much better guard." I'm not saying that, bro. What did you see out of Phillips that makes you believe that he actually can do some things?
Right now we got 11 linemen, so if we carry 10, he'll probably make it to be just be reserved. But if somebody had to get cut, it'll be him or Tristan Colon.
You
He
think
be
that you think they would really cut him?
who, Tyree Phillips,
Yeah,
not right away, but if it come down to it, probably, but not right away because he's a fourth, fifth round pick. So he's gonna try to give him any chance to you know, get big cut. Yeah, I like him, Dave, because he was pretty good at Texas A&M, but he got to use his hands more. He got that pity pat. You got to get your hands on him, D lineman.
but I'm trying to figure out what he means. Chill. Like we didn't say anything bad about him.
But
Like I think he's going to be that stereotypical backup for years. I just think that I don't. He's a little stiff for me,
yeah, he is.
And as big as he was, I didn't expect him to get manhandled some of the times the way that he did. Like I thought that dude he was going to Florida and stand his ground.
But the good thing about it, we got a good O line coach. Joe D. Alexander's going to get something out of him. That's just he been coaching on the offensive line for 40 years.
He
He knows O line play like the back of his skin. So
well, we could have used that last year.
yeah, but it was a lot. They didn't do too bad given the injuries and all that. They he did what he could. He coached what he had there.
I, I mean, you know it better than I do, bro. I can't call it, but
I'm telling you, this is a I don't.
I mean, no, I don't listen. I don't doubt him as a coach because, like, yes, he is one of the better coaches, but it's just there are some players that you just can't coach up, in my opinion.
That's very true.
It's some players that no matter what you give them the tools, you give them the veterans, the presence, you give them everything, and they just can't seem to hold up. But listen, this is hoping for the best, wishing the worst, not wishing the worst, but expecting the worst. I'm just very frustrated with Ronnie Stanley, that whole situation, especially after giving him all that money that we could have used somewhere else. But
I mean, you can't expect nobody to roll up under him and get hurt. That was just a freak accident. So
no, I'm not mad about that. I'm mad about them rushing him back. Like him getting hurt, that was once again, we're the freak accident capital of the NFL. We got more freak accidents than anybody ever in NFL history. So I just feel like they mishandle people. Like the coaching staff to me is just not up to par with today's NFL. It's not like the old days where dudes would break their legs, what I'm saying, get some duct tape and a stick and go back out there and play.
right,
Things are a little bit different, and even with medical advances, you have to rehab certain injuries different ways. And listening to and Harbaugh, to my extent, my problem with him is he listens to players too much. Like he asks their opinions too much. If you that lead alpha dog, be that alpha dog. Don't worry about what the sheep have to say. In my opinion, like don't say, Ronnie, are you good to play? Do you feel good enough to play? Because most players are going to say, hey, I'm good. Put me in.
that's a catch-22 with that because you want to be a coach that you. I get what you're saying. By me being a coach, you have to be able to listen to players at times. You can't just be that militant guy that just you'll lose your team like that.
I'm not saying be militant. Of course, you respect and accept everybody's opinions and take in what they have to say, but you don't let it be the ipso facto. You don't let it be the end all be all. You don't say, "Hey, Ronnie, are you playing this week?" No. Do you think you can play this week is the right question. It's not, can you play? Do you think you can play? All right, you on the fence about it? Let's do this and run these tests. Don't tell me you going in and I'm like, all right, I'm a players coach. Go ahead in there. And we see what happened. He didn't last a full game.
Yeah, against
Now,
the Raiders. Yeah.
right. Now here we are 2 years later, and we sitting here trying to convert a right tackle over the left tackle. And we
It's a
saw
tricky situation. I think he'll play himself out though, be personal.
I hope so. I hope so. What's going on to my man AM? Hey, bro, you never late. As long as you show up, you never late. You can watch the replay. You still not late. But I appreciate you. I appreciate everybody coming through. So The next topic that I want to bring up is a very touchy subject when it comes to the Ravens community. Like this seems to get people's blood boiling, make them want to fight in the streets,
Oh
start
wow.
starts Twitter beefs, bruh. You be I'm pretty sure you've heard it, but maybe not like I've heard it because I talk some smack about this. The Ravens receiving core.
It's
What?
not. It's right now. Like it's still bottom tier. We got to be honest. It's still bottom tier. We got to be compared to anybody else's. It's still bottom tier. But I think we can still get the job done because the way how our system is, you're not going to be a 1,600 yard receiver. You're not.
Right.
If you want to do that, you came to the wrong place. You better go to Green Bay, Pittsburgh, New
True.
Orleans, something like that. But here you're gonna probably you may get 1,000 possibly, and you're gonna do a lot. You're gonna block. But with Bateman, Demarcus Robinson, Prochet, depending on if he's healthy or not, same thing with Cleveland. Tyler Wilder, same thing. And then if they add a sixth guy, I would like you to see would be Jamal Bridges or Makai Pope. They showed the most promise. Riley Wade, he did okay, but it's like, I don't know. But overall, this group can be successful. Like I said, if the offensive line hold up and we run the football that we're supposed to do, that's gonna open up play action pass. So they're gonna get one on ones across the board. And then Andrews, he's still part of the receiving core, just not the outright receiver. So
Right.
we get double cover, so that's going to help. So they're going to get a lot of one on ones because the fact people know we're going to try to come off the bus running the football. So now they're going to go, cover one, single high, and all that shit like that. Cover through roll. So now them guys get one on one coverage. But overall, I think they should have a pretty successful season because, like I said, in 2019, our receiving core was like on paper ranked like dead last, and we went 14-2. So I'm gonna give them a fair. I'm gonna give them a fair shake before I bash them. Now week 6 or 7, they ain't doing nothing. Then that's when I'll start banging on the table for a trade.
Okay. But okay. And listen, I understand how everybody feels about this situation. Oh no, Yolanda. But my thing is, as a professional organization, especially when you are so close to winning the championship, why do I have to wait till week 6 to 8 to bring in somebody? Why couldn't I just bring in somebody from jump? You know what I'm saying? Why
You know,
not get it?
a lot of people don't put people on the block right away. You know how they go in though. They can't just go to somebody like, "Hey, can we get Denzel Mims?" If they're not ready to trade him, or
Okay.
I'm throwing a name up there. Just
I know, I feel you, but when they said, "Hey, we got Devontae Parker,"
they
who
should
won it?
they should have took that. I agree. They should have took that.
Julio Jones sitting at home on YouTube like me.
Yeah, I get it. He not that same 1,800 yard guy, but even half of Julio will be better than everything we got.
Right. So my problem is it's my problem is every week we keep hearing about another number 2 wide receiver. They go into preseason and do a little bit. I haven't heard anything about Shamar Bridges in 2 weeks.
Yeah,
Like
right.
fans then forgot about him. First it was Shamar Bridges, then it's Isaiah Likely. Now it's Demarcus Robinson. Next week at the cuts, who knows who our number 2 is going to be? We should not have to, as a professional organization, in my opinion, we should not have to sit around and wait for somebody to be cut for us to get somebody in and make our receiving room better. Now, they can go out and they can make shit happen out of thin air when it comes to a defensive back. When they want that defensive back, they make it happen.
They do for sure. Sure.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm not trying to say they can't go out and manifest a trade for a wide receiver, but they can.
But who
It,
who who would you want? Like, what anybody in particular? Like, anybody you got your eye on?
no, because they all the people that I want have been locked up to long term deals, and the Ravens aren't really paying anybody that type of money. So even if they traded for him, it would never, never work for this team.
You want
And
probably like a Denzel Mims or somebody, or Slayton or somebody like that.
Denzel Mims, I take him because what would it hurt?
Yeah,
Like still on his rookie contract,
6'3", 215 pounds, big receiver.
right? And it wouldn't hurt to bring him in. It's one of those situations where you can't necessarily always judge a guy on past performances because let's be honest, it's the New York Jets.
Right,
And their quarterback situation has not been the best.
right.
Even with Zach Miller last year, like they saying, "Oh, Mims disappeared." Zach Wilson disappeared. I had him on my fantasy team.
You mean Zach Wilson? You thinking about the tight end?
What I say?
Said Zach
I said
Miller.
Miller. Yeah, Zach Wilson. I had him on my fantasy team.
Yeah,
Like,
he's
yeah, I mean,
near Hollywood level. Nah. He's not. Bro, nobody's saying that because you can't.
oh, they
You don't
are.
have the speed. You don't have the speed that Hollywood had. Nah, you're right. Hollywood's 1,000 yard receiver. No matter how much we like to brag on. Jose, only thing about Odell, he's not gonna be ready till like December, January. Should you even want to sit there and hold on to him for that long?
Why
But
not?
but you know,
Hold up, Justin. But we can sit there and draft David Ajabo and not know when he plays.
he's
This
gonna be
is
ready by week 7 at least. They already confirmed.
okay, and that may be fine. But we can't sit there and wait on Odell. But we can sit there and wait on Ojabo.
Me personally, I'll be okay with it. I'm just saying
No,
from
no,
the
no. No, no, I'm not coming at you, bro. I'm just saying this is just the type of thinking like in the Ravens community where when it comes to offense, it's not okay. But when it comes to defense, oh man, let him take his time. He can rest up. We use him when we use him maybe next year. He ain't even got to play this year.
yeah, because
Yeah,
Odell will be big for us in the playoffs. He will be big for us.
he would bring up that
And
receiver.
he can play strictly in the playoffs, and I'm cool with that.
Yeah, listen. Well, yeah, nah, I need him before. Like I said, I'm big on continuity. I'm big on being on the same page, not just throwing shit together, running it out there, you know what I'm saying, and see what happens, like throwing it in the air and see where it lands. Plenty of what?
He said plenty of times, filthy. I don't know what you mean by that, Friday,
I
man.
don't I don't know what he means by that either.
He's a much better receiver than Robinson. Yeah, he's a
Of
thousand.
course he,
Yeah, nobody's never said that, right, brother.
you
But
know, bro.
Hollywood won it out. He's in Arizona now, so we gotta turn that page.
Right. But Hollywood also signed a contract to play for a team. He never said that he was set out if he didn't get traded. He just
I think the Costa did it because he didn't want him like I guess whenever his 50th options up, he walked and we only get like a third round compensation, whereas we can get a first for him. So he basically cut his loss there.
so I mean, he didn't even give his 50 option. Like,
No, I'm saying if the time, they would have
well,
probably they paid him right away. They would have put him on the 50th. Let's say he play it out and then free agency come, he gone.
you think they'd have signed him to 14 mil?
No, that's why I say they would have gave they would
No,
have given
I mean for his 50 option. You think they actually would have gave it to him? The team's kind of cheap, bro.
all possibility.
I mean, I
Smoke.
know I know DeCosta loved him because that was his first pick. But off the record podcast. What's up, Mike?
And Mike,
What's going on? My thing is I just want the team to do better. I just want them to get it to keep that same energy with the offensive line. I mean, with the wide receivers that they do with the defense. You know what I mean? I just want that same energy being invested. It's not fair, and I'm not saying that there's a bias, but we all know we have a certain philosophy over here, and we're not budging from it. And you brought back up, hey, we trying to get back to 2019 and back to those old ways. And that's fine and dandy, but there's one difference between 2019 and 2022, and that's a season's worth of tape. We came in and hit them with something that they wasn't ready for. And, you know, we had Boyle, we had Hurst, we had Andrews. Now we got Andrews and Likely. Do we have that third option?
I think so. Charlie Kolar, he got to get healthy. So I think he can be that guy. 6'7", 260 pounds. Reminds me of Tall Heat, far as body and stature wise.
Right.
So hopefully he gets how he can be that guy. Cause I think Nick Boyle's gone next year because he's been banged up. He does, but I recall do the same stuff he do. So it's like we paying Nick Boyle. We already got Patrick Carter from Brooklyn.
You think he's gone next year? Like, I think he might be gone this year. Like, they played that dude late into the preseason.
Possibly, like I said, possible. Only reason I say next year the cap hit is lower. They release them next year. They don't got they free up more money. They release them this year. They lose a couple million. So that's why I said next year for sure.
Oh yeah, next year for sure. Hopefully, in my personal opinion, hopefully Pat Ricard's going too. I
So you
just
don't like Project Pat?
I don't. It's not that I don't like Project Pat. I don't like fullbacks in 2022.
Right.
I'm sorry. I'm
I play
sorry.
So I must take offense to that,
I'm
brother.
sorry. Listen, I'm sorry. Listen, let me rephrase that. I don't like fullbacks making that kind of money when they're not being utilized to the fullest, especially being a team. Listen, if we were Cleveland, if we were Miami, if we were one of those teams that weren't always up against the cap, different story. But we're always backed into a corner, and we still have to take into account we have injuries. We always have injuries, so we're always signing people. A couple more signings, we're gonna be out of money. So me just paying a fullback that you're not utilizing that much, that's where my issue comes in. I'm not saying I don't like fullbacks, no disrespect, bro, but you know, and we got.
I'm excited about having him too because he always been a decent number two, number three.
Well, listen. I'm excited too, Yolanda. I just feel like anyone that can make this team better works for me. You
Yeah.
know, as long as they're better than the last person, I'm cool with it. Nobody thinks DeMarcus is a world beater. He could be better than we expect. I'm not expecting much from him, so he's probably going to exceed my expectations. And Jose said Robinson is the new Prochet.
Whole thing, Robinson actually he a little faster than Prochet.
No, I think what he means is, as far as our fan base just
Okay, I'll be a fan favorite. I'm guessing.
sticks behind Prochet no matter what. Like,
Jermaine, I was trying to report. That's his guy, man. He does.
who, Prochet?
Yeah, he
Oh
loves
yeah,
it.
him and lunch break. They got a bet. They got a
God,
bet.
I said, yeah, yeah, they got a whole. I said, Jermaine, you might as well go ahead and scratch that. We ain't getting no 900 yards.
No, I think it went down to 800 yards.
Oh, okay. Even still, 600, 500 at tops.
What's up, Don? Yes, Bradley. We don't like racist fullbacks.
Uh-huh.
And yes, we're talking about Pat Ricard and his
Great.
racist tweets.
What he
Yeah,
said?
he was talking about some people. He made some slurs, some ethnic slurs about some people.
Oh wow, I didn't see that. Damn.
You know how people start digging back in the past and start going over old tweets and
Oh,
stuff.
I got you.
Yeah, yeah. He was like, yeah, it's nothing to say. We
Hey,
we all,
hey, Filthy. Yeah, you right. He definitely better. Crochet ain't even tracked more than 200 yards yet.
for his career. Well, he had 200 yards last year. I think he had 214.
Well, I'm just saying, like that's the highest. Like you know,
Yeah. Oh, see. So the
that's the
reason
AM.
so the reason that we drafted Ben Mason is twofold. One is, um, it's like every draft they give John Harbaugh his own personal pick. And being that Ben Mason played at Michigan under his brother and his family likes the dude, he was like, hey, two birds with one stone. My draft pick, one of my brother's players, and he brought him into the team. That fifth round pick could have went anywhere. You know, that fifth round pick could have went to a punter. And guess what we could have did with a fourth round pick this year? Got a wide receiver, a la
He
Calvin
should have
Austin.
got Romeo Dubs instead of Charlie Kolov. Me personally,
Right, it's so many people we should have got instead of.
great killing. I'm like, I told everybody. I know you saw my tweets. I said we got to get this kid.
Yeah, yeah, but it's not. All right, Derek. I'll give you your one troll for the day. How long is Poe going to be sidelined? I don't know how long he's going to be sidelined.
They haven't put out no reports yet.
Right, they haven't really said too much at all.
But
And
overall, be good though. Like I said, these guys we got receiver by committee, so that's how we're gonna get through the year. I mean, Bate gonna be the supposed number one, so long as he do what he do. Everybody else gonna do their part.
right, not the hard ER, not
Oh,
the not the hard ER, Davon.
I
He hit
hope,
a
Ricard, not Uncle Ruckus.
bruh. No, supposedly he hashed it out with the team. They forgave him. It's all kumbaya. Oh, see, even my man over in South Africa, he knows what's up. No, no, no. I'm sorry. We couldn't have had Creed Humphrey with that. No, we could no.
Humphrey
Oh,
was a second round pick. I'm gonna have.
yeah, we couldn't. We couldn't. No, Ben Mason was a fifth round pick. We couldn't have got him or Trey Smith. Nah, bro. But I mean, I get the concept of what you're saying. But nah, bro. That's not that wouldn't have been possible.
Would you say Darcy Ben Mason bottom beat up? I don't know what that means, but okay.
I ain't even gonna try to guess with that one either. But
I, I can interpret that 1,000 ways. I'm gonna leave that one alone.
oh man, oh man. All right, so next up, we're gonna talk about this Tyler Huntley, Anthony Brown situation. In my opinion, this is all in my mind. Like I haven't read anything, I haven't seen anything. I just want to get your opinion on with the way that Anthony Brown has played this preseason. Do you think that there's a possibility that the Ravens could or would want to trade Tyler Huntley?
I doubt it. If anything, they will probably want to go three quarterbacks and just carry one less of something else. But they definitely not getting rid of Tyler Huntley because how he played last year down the stretch. Although we lost the games, he kept us in every game for the most part. The defense couldn't stop nobody. But Tyler Huntley gave us a chance to win every game. Green Bay, Pittsburgh, the second one, Browns. He missed the Bengals game, he got blown out, but he kept us in every game, man. Like so, Snoop is definitely safe, man. So Anthony Brown, if anything, he'll be the third string quarterback, or he'll end up being trade bait because the stock is rising. But yeah, they definitely ride with Snoop.
I, listen, I hear what you're saying, but the Ravens love draft picks, and you telling me if some team came along per se, let's say Seattle came and was like, look, I give you a second and a third.
They'll take it. They'll take it. You'll be a fool not to.
Yeah, I just
I don't
I
think I don't think people are that desperate because if that was the case, he could have traded for Baker for a fifth, like Carolina did if he was that.
but but the difference is they didn't believe in Baker.
But to be honest, and I love Tyler Huntley. Tyler Huntley nowhere near the quarterback Baker is. He's not.
You,
And
and
I,
that's right. And that,
I'm sorry, let's just be real. Nowhere near the
oh,
quarterback Baker. Nowhere near.
I think my Carolina Panther fans would differ, but I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. But if we strictly going off of what we see this preseason, Huntley has looked better. Just off of preseason.
But Baker's been a starter for a while. Huntley's been a starter for 5 games. Remember we seen this with Kevin Cobb and all those other guys who started a few games. Then they beat
Nick Folk,
Mike McGlennon. Who else? We're sure they played for LSU. They played for Seattle. The Russ took his spot. Matt Flynn.
Matt Flynn.
They get broke off because they look good and become a 4-time starter and look like trash.
Right, but
Snoop, but Baker is you can't compare them to.
you
All you want. Baker's been a pro for 5-6 years starter. Went to the playoffs. Yeah, you can't. No way you can't. If anybody say Huntley better than him, they just flat out being biased.
but you also have to take in consideration the locker room and acceptance in the locker room, personalities. Maybe Baker's a better talent, but does he fit this locker room? Some teams take that into, especially the Ravens. The Ravens will take locker room over talent any day.
Yeah.
So, it's like, do I want the problem of having the commercials, the drama? I don't know if he gonna flip the fans off. I don't.
Every quarterback come with that. Like even Lamar doing commercials now. Of course, Lamar is humble. He's not wild like Baker, but every quarterback gonna have some endorsements. So
Oh, it's not so much the endorsements.
still out there dancing with his little thing in a pop pop.
Look, bro, it's not so much the endorsements. It's the when you have more endorsements than production.
That's fair to say. That's fair to say. But I mean,
It's like so not me personally, but some people may see it as, bruh, why don't you stop doing commercials and hone your craft? Why don't you stop worrying about all this and get your game up? We gave you a team with wide receivers, an offensive line, a running game, and a defense, and you couldn't do nothing with it.
they went in Pittsburgh and won, but last year he played with a torn labrum. That's hard. I'm gonna give him a hard pass. That's hard to do.
Yeah,
He should have been done after that happened.
he should have. Like, listen. This is me.
Down to the head coach and general manager and all. They should have shut him down.
Listen, this is just me playing devil's advocate. I like Baker Mayfield. I think he's gonna go down there and take Carolina to the playoffs this year.
I believe so too.
You hear that, Wheezy? You hear that, Wheezy? Going to the playoffs, Brodney, Mr. J.
He got a chip on his shoulder.
And we all know what happens when he plays with a chip on his shoulder. He starts feeling dangerous, and he goes out there and does his thing. All right, so let's move on to Ravens news, and I want to talk about what, from a coach's standpoint, What are your expectations for this defense?
Oh man, I think this defense will be top five though, barring any like significant more injuries. Like once we get Bowser back, the job will get going, and you got Owe and Houston coming off the edge. I think this could be a top five unit because you got Marcus Williams, you got Chuck Clark or Kyle Hamilton when he had strong safety. Marlon Humphrey, Peters is back. Like you say, you got Malik Harrison, Patrick Quinn, Josh Bynes, and then you got your interior guys with Calais Campbell, Metabuke. Hopefully Travis Jones will be back soon. Michael Paris. So this could be a top five unit. I think we could lead the league in sacks and be top five in interceptions.
Okay. Listen. So I want to specifically get your opinion on Marlon Humphrey because I think ever since he got paid, he's just been on a downward slope to me.
It's kind of sort of, but once Marcus Peters went down, he was actually doing a lot. He was actually doing a lot. He had to go travel, he had to do this, he had to play nickel, he had to do that. And it was the way in town, you feel me? So he got caught a couple times because he had to do a whole lot more than his partner in crime got hurt. So he had a down year last year, but ain't no doubt in my mind he's gonna come back and be the All Pro corner that he is, man. Because he said he's gonna take more chances and try to get interceptions. That's the only thing he got to get better at, getting his hands on the ball. But Marlo will be just fine.
No, he covering is what he needs to get better at, not getting an interception.
Like I said, last year was a down year, but he had to do a lot. He had to do a whole lot. Man.
What about 2020?
He did pretty good. He ain't get beat like that in 2020. He ain't give up a whole lot.
Okay. All right. All right. AM must. I mean, he may have not. I don't know. I just know he just wasn't the shutdown corner that.
I said possibly because with the edge rushers we got in a new scheme. See, Martindale had guys dropping in the coverage, taking away from their pass rush. That's why Judon and them guys didn't want to be here and went elsewhere and productive. So Mike McDonald's going to allow them guys to go eat. He's not going to have them dropping in the coverage, covering tight ends. He's going to let them guys put their hand in the dirt and go come off the edge. So we could possibly, like I said, between all them guys and the interior guys, we could possibly lead the sacks.
See, this is why I like this guy. He's very optimistic. I think there's no way we come close. No way we come close to leading the league in sacks. For one, everybody's praising this Mike McDonald hiring, and I think it's a good thing. We need some fresh blood in, but the Ravens have a system. And no matter what coach they bring in, except for some minor tweaks here or there, I think we're going to run that same system, just like we do on offense. People say fire Greg Roman. For what? They're going to bring in somebody to run the same offense, and we're going to blame that offensive coordinator as well. So leading the league in sacks, I don't think so. Could we lead the league in pressures? That's a possibility. Sacks, nah.
Reason I said that because they're not going to be. They're going to be like. See, Wink had guys dropping in the covers 40% of the time. Mike McDonald going to let them go get it.
Right, like I said, I don't think the scheme changes.
It's still a 3-4 defense, but he's going to let the edge rushers rush. Like Wink had them guys dropping in the coverage a lot for no apparent reason. That's going to be the difference.
Okay, listen. Until I see it, until John Harbaugh team proves me wrong, I still think it's the same old. But listen, I want to be wrong. I want to be wrong about the receivers. I want to be wrong about the pass rush. I want to be wrong about Marlon Humphrey.
That's your opinion. I see why you would say that because Martins get the picks, but that's your opinion. I'm not going to argue with you on that. That's your opinion, but I disagree.
I don't think he's overrated as AF. I do think that. I just think he regressed. I just think 2019 he was all pro. Even aside from the fumbles, I just think once that playoff game against the Titans hit and Khalif Raymond beat him deep, I just think it was downhill ever since.
That wasn't all his fault. That was Earl Thomas' fault. I threw down that play 100 times. Earl Thomas was supposed to have deep third. He was in the middle of the field for I don't know why. Yeah, I broke down that play 100 times.
And I
was at that game, the Titans playoff game. Yeah, we were forth. I'm right there. Earl Thomas stuck his nose and bit his hand and sticking his nose in.
I get that, but I just think the optics of the separation that they got, and I don't think it's the fact that he got beat. I just think that because of the distance between him and Raymond, I think that's what made people say, "God damn."
Believe Raymond fast as shit.
Oh, I know he is. I know he is, but it's just
yeah. So everybody. God, I mean, it happens. Ramsey got cooked in the Super Bowl. It happens, bro. Like, now the way how you can't play DB, you can't really beat people up like you. It's going to happen. It's an offensive game, so you're going to give up shit. It's inevitable.
Yeah, and see, this is why I bring people on for different points of view, different perspectives. Because I saw it one way. You studied it. You studied the play, and you saw it as Earl Thomas being out of position. I give it to you. Now, I'm just, what is it? Week 5. Week 5 this year. We play Cincinnati.
I'm at that game, Sunday Night Football, man. I'm there. I'm at that game, the Bills game, and the Dolphins game.
That's the one. That's where Marlon Humphrey makes his money to me. If I see, and he don't have to shut him down, in my opinion. It doesn't have to be a shutdown. As long as he's there, limiting as much as he can, that'll be my redemption game for Marlon Humphrey for me.
I think he'll do better against Jamal Chase this go around.
Yeah, but once again, I issue tackling.
Yeah, because the play when he scored on, he caught a 3-yard route. All he had to do was get him on the ground, and he ain't like smoked everybody. So everybody kind of overhyped it a little bit.
Right. Yeah.
Jamal. I love Jamal Chase. He's a dog, but it was just bad tackling, and they took to the house. Like if he got hit, it'd have been a 3-yard route, 3-yard completion.
Facts. Question: if we could do it all over again, would you still take Ajabo or would you take George Pickens?
Ooh, that's a tough question. That's a tough question. Hmm. George Pickens, I want to say yeah, but he stay in trouble. So you take him, then he gets suspended for the first couple of weeks. It's like I think I'll still say take David because David know the defense. He played in his defense already. So now he's comfortable. He don't got to learn a new scheme. George Pickens got to learn a new scheme coming in. So we'll just be happy with the offense. So I say take David Ajabo because he know the defense, know the coordinator, know the staff. So
really?
it's tough though. But George Pickens, like I said, if he wasn't such a head case, I'd say George Pickens all day.
That's why I like him. That's why.
I get what you're saying. You want to. It's the way you go about it. You can be a rah guy, like Ray and Steve Smith was rah guys, but they never got suspended.
Right. Listen, I understand that. Did Pickens get suspended?
Not off because of their conduct.
No, did he get suspended already?
No, I'm just saying. Remember in college, that's why he couldn't play for a couple years for a while because he got suspended.
I mean, it happens. I just feel like we need some loose cannons in his locker room. We need some people that when teams come to us, they like, yo, don't go near him. I don't know what that dude would.
Of course, he hasn't been suspended in the league. I'm talking about when he's in Georgia. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about that.
Yeah, so I just need some attitude. I need some, Garnett had a space last week, I think it was. And
the talent, absolutely, because he's amazing talent.
That dude is a beast.
Like I said, you're gonna be able to control his temper.
I think I think with this locker room and the leadership that we have, especially if you put him around the proper role model system, and young boy in college, 5-star recruit coming out of high school, you think it's all about you, like, I mean, I'm not making excuses for him, but things happen. Certain people grow. Look at Brandon Marshall.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He had some issues. He got it together.
Yeah, she got it to a hospital, McLean Hospital. You're right. So you're right. You got a good point.
You know what I'm saying? So different things that happen.
Now, if you do take George Pickens, you got to find an edge rusher now.
Well, at least the first 6 or 7 games, we still got to find an edge rusher.
True.
You see what I'm saying? Like, and my thing is this. Once again, I don't want another Ronnie Stanley incident. I don't want them to rush him back.
Right.
For him to get hurt again. I say let him sit the whole year to make sure he's fully healthy because he tore it this year.
Yeah, earlier this year. But you remember Cam Akers came back last year
and looked like trash in the Super Bowl.
Running back. So that shows you, you can come back from. He got hurt when June came back January. Mind you, he runs the football and got a cut on the job. Don't got to do all that.
Facts, but my thing is, PTSD. Bless you. PTSD from Ronnie Stanley. You invested a 2nd-round pick in this kid. Because once again, hey, you good to play? Oh yeah, of course. I want to get out there. I'm a rookie. I want my first NFL experience. as fast and as soon as I can. I want to be out there with my brothers. So yeah, I'm ready to go right now. If you ask him today, can you play week 1? Yeah. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, throw me in there, coach. So I just don't want them to
Hey, but
run.
he gonna be able to come in and play because he know the defense. So he not gonna have to learn nothing. You know what I mean? That's the blessing. He can
But
come and play because he know the scheme already.
right. And also, but also you gotta more physically, mentally, you gotta be prepared. If I take this bend, you know what I'm saying? If I make this cut, am I going to be okay?
That's true too.
And that takes a while. That's why I say don't rush him back because more physically you can build your body up, but that mind and you start playing when it starts playing tricks on you, that's when you start having issues. So we still taking a wide receiver in the second round. We still got to get an edge rusher.
So either I mean it's one of those things. Like if you take George Pickens, then in the fourth round you gotta take an edge rusher. So instead of getting Kolar, you pick up another edge rusher.
Bruh, we could have took several edge rushers in the fourth round.
Dominic Robinson, I wanted him that the Bears got. I was real big on him on Miami, Ohio. The Bears picked him up.
What's going on, G Star? Pickens all day. The better weapons around the QB, the better your team would be. QB is the most important position. In my
That's,
opinion,
that's
that
right.
is factually correct. But in Baltimore, we believe that you will run your quarterback into the ground till he can't run anymore, and then you don't pay him. So that brings me to my next topic, Lamar's contract. Do you feel like we're going to sign Lamar before week 1?
Probably not because it's getting too close. And I don't want no distractions, but he's definitely going to be here. Like either it's a franchise thing and all. He's not leaving Tom City. I know that much for a fact. Because the cops will fire everybody for that happen. He will sign. We will do the contract his damn self. He's not letting that kid go nowhere. So I'm just putting that up there now. Would it be done for week 1? Probably not because the way he focus on game planning. But he's definitely that ain't gonna get put to paper before the season. But probably before the season's over or in the offseason. So that's gonna happen. That's the least of my worries as far as with that.
So you think he's actually going to sign a long-term deal and it's not actually going to get to franchise tagging?
It all depends, but like either like I said, even if they do franchise tag, he's gonna make about 40 something million. So
Yeah.
you fully guaranteed. Either way, if they do that for a year, either way, they're gonna get something done. Like, Rashad is not letting Lamar go nowhere else. He's gonna give him a blank check and say, "Here, fill it out."
Oh yeah, Lamar won a Super Bowl. It's 60 mil. Easy.
Yeah.
Easy. And listen,
No, he's not going nowhere, bro. You don't a talent like this is rare.
listen. Okay. And listen. So I need a bit of your optimism because in any other team, I'm 100% there with you. I'm 100% like, yo, you don't let a talent like this, you don't let a personality like this because you have a guy that one, he wins, he's marketable, he's personable, like he doesn't get in trouble. Like you take all of these factors, you throw them into one person that can play football at an extremely high level. You have a unicorn of a player in any other team, I'm like, yeah, this deal gets done yesterday. But in Baltimore, where they value money and they value draft picks over anything else, I kind of got a little trepidation, you know.
Yeah, but this the position you don't play around with. Anything else you can do that. You can drive and play, but this is the position. You get this wrong, everybody lose their job.
So can I ask you a question? Have we not played around with this position? Because Lamar should not have gotten this far.
No, I mean we did with Joe Flacco and all that, but they ended up paying. So
No, I mean we playing around with Lamar right now. Like we're
yeah,
playing, we're playing with him right now.
yeah. I think more from what I've been told, he's been offered a contract. It's probably I think the guaranteed money is not to his liking. I think that's the holdup, the guaranteed money from what I read.
Why not give him that guaranteed money? He's the reason we're in prime time.
Absolutely, I think I said I think Eric. I don't know. Because the Cousins say he don't like full. I mean, not the Cousins. The Shy say he don't like fully guaranteed contracts. But they're gonna end up they're gonna have to do something close to what Deshaun got. They got not exactly, but it's going to be close.
Right.
It's,
So
anyway, if he can get fully guaranteed and miss the year, basically 2 years, Lamar got to get that. He has to at least get that, and he got to make more than Kyler Murray. It's that simple.
yeah, I just think that if things were anywhere close to what Lamar wanted, the deal would have been done.
Yeah, that's the guarantee money. That's the holder. But I have no doubt in my mind he's going to be a Raven for the foreseeable future. So that's all I can say for us. That
I feel you. I feel you. All right. So next up, we got what are your feelings on Kyle Hamilton? Because listen, if I got to come out here and defend Kyle Hamilton, you know it's a problem. I don't dislike the kid. I don't dislike his play. I just dislike the pick that we used to get him. But for some reason, after a couple preseason games, people are destroying this kid. Like they're like he's a butt. Like if you go on Twitter, oh he gonna be a bust. You see him getting toasted. He can't like they're but like no. Listen, Kyle Hamilton is not going to be a bust. You know. Let me know
Kyle
what.
deflected a couple passes. He in the passing lanes. He come up and tackle. Like I don't get why because he's not getting 10 interceptions in preseason. I don't. That's
Because
why.
he
This is why I hate talking football with casual fans because they don't. They just look at numbers. Everything is numbers now. If a person don't got 30 receiving touchdowns in the season, they can't play. It's like, bruh. You know what I'm saying? Like those. I think me and you had this conversation before. Like everything's numbers, numbers, numbers. Numbers can lie at times. But Kyle Hamilton, our kid is a beast, man. 6'4" safety, can move, can come in the box and all that, man. It was a good pick. You know, he's supposed to be a top 5 pick. He available at 14. You take him. Filthy high head bust already. He never played one NFL snap.
yeah, I don't think he's a bust.
Yeah, opinion, brother, but that's kind of premature. That's the best way I can say that.
I don't
But
think
no,
he's
Kyle's gonna be a-okay. I mean,
yeah.
6 you see, man. He's gonna help us out against the Travis Kelce's and Darren Waller.
Now I can agree. I will say I'm on the same page with you about this one because the same people said the stuff about Queen. Oh, he's a speed guy. He's this. He's that. He wasn't. And me with Hamilton, I look at things a different way than other people. And everybody says yes, Kyle Hamilton was a top 5 pick, but he fell to 14. So guess what? He wasn't a top 5 pick.
Yeah, that's true. Because them Chains didn't need a safety that was ahead of them, so that's
And
how
that
he didn't even need safety. But it's like that talent. We go with best player available. So you see, like, nah, I'm not going, get a position to meet. I'm gonna get a player that's gonna be an impact.
right, but do you think he's going to be a player of impact this season? Is
I,
he gonna is he gonna move the needle to us winning a playoff game?
I
In your
believe,
opinion?
I believe so, because he'll take away one of them big ass tight ends. By him being 6'4", he'll be able to match up with the Kelce's and the Wallers and Hunter Henrys of the world. He'll be able to play them because he's just as tall.
Okay. You know, I hope I'm wrong, but yes, I can definitely agree. The kid's not a bust. Like, and once again, it's preseason. This is where you're supposed to get your mistakes out. I wasn't high on the pick, but he's not that bad. We need to actually get him out there and see what he can do. And yes, Rodney, this is why we all hated the pick at 14 because defense has
No,
not
defense has been struggling in the playoffs. The offense has. Outside of the Tennessee game, the defense has been fairly decent. They held Buffalo to what, 10 points?
10 points. And I think that's his point that
Second time, like it's been all outside that Derrick Henry game, the first time we were 14-2. The defense, even against the Chargers, the Lamar rookie year, we held them to like what, 17 points.
yeah, we came back to the end. So I think that his point was
It's had playoffs is when 2019 when Derrick Henry won crazy on. Other than that, they playing fairly decent.
yeah, his point is we should have went offense with the first pick, not defense.
I mean, I definitely wanted Garrett Wilson or Olave, but the teams was trading up.
So we saw after that first team traded up, and we just sat back and said, you know what? It's gonna fall to us. We
He
could have
like Costa like his picks, so he like his picks.
right, but if you like a certain player, you go back and get it. So we'll have to see how
He's
that
trading one
how that.
spot.
Yes, and we could have we could have traded up to. Wait, listen, we don't know if he can't cover. We don't know. Like I said, it's preseason. Let's temper expectations. You
It's tough
can't. My
guys who doubting him now. Once you start making plays, y'all gotta keep that same energy. Don't be a fan on him later.
wow, wow.
Man,
Listen, I didn't look, bruh. I didn't think this much hate.
y'all gotta learn how to be patient, bro. Y'all gotta learn how to be patient.
Okay, so with that being said, right? And I listen, I 100% agree with you. Fans have to learn how to be patient.
We straight.
But
I
but
want to say it just be all pro.
but why is it okay for somebody to have a couple good plays and that ain't the best thing since sliced bread?
I don't jump on
Not
that.
you.
I don't, yeah, but yeah, that could be a smoke screen.
It's a question for you. Where will
I'm not,
Kyle Hamilton rank among safeties?
I don't know. Amongst rookie safeties, he'll be top, but overall safeties, I don't know. I can't answer that, Jose. But you still got a lot of good safeties in the league.
Yes, Danity. He does have his own show. Yes, hashtag KTSE Sports Talk with Justin P. Check him out. And at the end, he's gonna go through all of his social media. So yeah, like and subscribe. Check out all his content. We trying to help this man blow up. Like he is a very hard worker, and you'll be surprised at some of the interviews that he gets. So check him out, Danity. I mean,
Nope. Only man safeties in the league is like I'm gonna say this, Reg. I can count on one hand how many man safeties it is. Kevin Byard, you got Minka Fitzpatrick because he played for him.
yep,
Let's see. Let's go with Tyron Matthew.
yeah.
That's three. All right. It was Malcolm Jenkins, but he's retired. There's only about five safeties that can straight up play man out of a whole entire NFL. So you're talking about a 64 or 70 safeties. Only five of them can do that. You do the math.
Man, but I think to his point that you being a 14th overall pick, we expect you to do it all.
You check. See, everybody can't always go with that sentiment. Yeah, the draft status is yeah, but you can't. Like that's just like saying if you draft a person, in the first round, he should every single year he should be fucking top in this. It don't always pan out. Like I think he'll have a solid rookie season, but to say he goes, I think he'll get better at man coverage. We just want to actually do a lot of
Probably says we probably should have drafted him.
drafted him that high thing. Hey, we can always say we can always play the what if game.
And that's what we're doing with the team. Everything is a what if. What if the offensive line? What if the receivers? What if the coaching? This whole season is going to be a big what if until we physically get out there and show what kind of team that we're going to be. So that's my point, though. How can we say he's going to take away a tight end if he's just meant to zone cover?
You don't know that particularly, bro. Like I'm saying, I think he can cover those type of guys because the tight end's not as fast as a wide receiver. So y'all going off that one little one-on-one practice, but there's no pass rush. It's just him and a receiver, and he got beat. Like y'all can't just go off of that. That's lazy.
Yeah,
That's a
yeah,
lazy. That's a lazy take.
yeah. I mean, it's designed for the receiver to win anyway, But, but I get where both sides are coming from. I get where you coming from. You got to wait and see. You got to develop. You got to use him to his talents. But I also get that you drafted him 14th overall. Like we and like Brodney said, we're in year 5 of Lamar. We don't have time to play around with can this person? What about that person? When
No,
that person develops.
nobody's a sure thing. Even if you take a Crystal Olave, Garrett Wilson, what if they don't pan out in our system? We can, like I said, nobody's a for sure thing. Unless you got a crystal ball in your front of you,
Right.
nobody's a sure thing.
Do you like Olave and Wilson?
I like him too, but it's like you never know.
Right. So guess what? You get rid of that offensive coordinator and you bring in somebody that can maximize their talent.
I will agree with you on that. I thought Red Roman should have been gone wrong right along the way. I thought both coordinators should have been out of
I
here.
don't like I said, I don't think Greg Roman should be fired, bruh. Because listen, I don't like him, and I think he's horrible for the
It's too condensed. It's not maximizing on my potential.
and and you don't think Harbaugh has anything to do with that?
We all know he buddy, but like I said, he did it before. He got rid of. He fired
When the owner made him,
yeah,
When the owner made him, not off of his own volition.
right.
So my thing,
Again, possibly.
my thing is, we're in a playoff game. We are historically the best rushing team in NFL history coming off that season. We run the ball 6 times, and the head coach doesn't say, "Hey, bruh, start running the ball."
Yeah, we definitely should have pounded it. I think Mark
But
Ingram still hurt, and then but Gus was doing his thing. They should have just kept feeding Gus.
right,
It was a lot that went wrong that game.
but my point is, the head coach should have stepped in, right? You as a head coach, if one of your coordinators is doing the same shit the whole game and it ain't working, don't you step in?
You have to.
Exactly. So my thing is, even if we get rid of Giro, he's gonna bring back another Mark Trestman. He's gonna bring in another Marty Morningwig. He's
I
gonna
think
bring in a
I think Bashadi need to bring back Gary Kubiak. I don't know what he's doing now, but that was the best OC we had.
he was, but
He had Joe
he
Flacco like an MVP candidate.
he didn't they didn't mesh too well. Plus, I think Kubiak had some medical issues.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, he took the job in Denver.
Took
They
job
won
with them, and
one
medical issues just he just can't do it. But we need someone like that. We need to bring in
philosophy, I should say.
somebody innovative, somebody under, and I don't want to sound like ageist, but somebody under 60 years old that can get with today's NFL.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But even your girl, what's her name? Sarah Ellison said that organizational philosophy comes from the top. Bashadi, Ozzie, EDC, Harbaugh, they all want to run this system. So no matter what coordinator you bring in, same thing.
It's cool to want to be balanced, but you gotta realize this is a passing league, so you gotta at least be 60-40.
Yes, AM. John Harbaugh said that he will never bring in any coach that can threaten his job.
See that right there, right? That I get it, but it's like if he can help you win, bro, like
You don't have to worry about your job, right?
kind of jaded in my opinion. But hey,
But if you bring in coordinators that can help you win, you don't have to worry about your job, right? If you're winning.
look
But that's
at he got Eric Bieniemy. He can easily get a head coaching job. He's still keeping around.
I mean,
Oh
listen.
no, hey, Filthy, we finally agree on something. If he was to definitely be an MVP before Eric Bieniemy. I agree with you on that. Because
Yes.
he utilized him just the same way you utilize Pat.
Yes, Dandy, under 60. Like, and please nobody take offense to this. We keep getting these same recycled old white men that do the same thing every
50s, I think. I don't think he's 60s.
yeah, he's like 52. Like but it's that same old school old boy mentality. I saw it in the military. I saw it in college. I saw it everywhere. Like they have this certain mentality. This is how we do things. I'm right. You're wrong. I'm gonna do it my way. I got a Super Bowl out of it. We're gonna continue to push forward like that.
That was 10 years ago. Times have changed.
Thank you, bro. But you can't tell Ravens fans that because that's the first thing they bring up. We won a Super Bowl under John Harbaugh.
New England won 3 Super Bowls since the last time we've been in one. So you tell me. And been to 5 since then.
How many Super Bowls the Rams been to in the last 5 years?
Been to 2.
All right. But their way of obtaining free agents and signing players isn't sustainable, right?
Correct.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. All right, so we're gonna break into this overtime session now. So I'm gonna ask you a couple questions. Turn the tables on you, give you some question time like you do on your show, and just answer the best of your ability. So my first question is, how did you actually get into YouTube?
Honestly, watching guys like Engraven and all that, and I was intrigued watching him, Jose Berdusco, aka Joe Nebo, watching him, watching, Purple Rain podcast. I said, I think I should try this. That way I can have my own, speak on stuff the way I want to, and speak my mind. Don't have nobody really, trying to, get upset. So I said, I'm gonna get this thing and try. And then just, start recording off my phone before I learned about like StreamYard and stuff like that. I would just make videos on my phone and upload them to YouTube. So
Okay.
yeah, that's how I found out about it.
All right. So are you a Ravens fan or are you a Lamar fan?
I'm a Ravens fan. Ravens fan. Yeah, Ravens fan.
Yeah, we got a whole lot of them that just
Yeah.
came up.
Nah. I've been with this team since then, man. Only other team I like besides this team with the Cowboys, because that was my team in the '90s. We didn't have no football team.
Fact, yeah, fact.
But yeah. So yeah, other than that, yeah, it's always been Purple City Bird game.
Okay. Great show. Glad I found you. Make sure to check you out. Thank you, Filthy. Hope you come back. Don't forget, jump over to KTSE Sports Talk with Justin P. Check his stuff out. We trying to get this. We trying to build this Ravens community up.
I'm
You
a
know what I'm
small
saying?
I'm a small fish, but I'm coming along. I'm doing all right.
He's not a small fish. Not at all. Wait till you go check his channel out and see what he got on there. Y'all gonna be like, oh word. I got you. Yeah, listen. Don't let what Billy D used to say, don't let the smooth taste fool you. Don't let these numbers fool you. Like some people put in work and some people do good things. It's not always about the views, the likes, and the clicks. It's about the content and what the people have to put on tape, so to speak. Just like the football players, it's what they put on tape. And my man got some good stuff out there. Go check him out.
Appreciate that.
No problem. All right, so big question for the 2022 season: do the Baltimore Ravens win the Super Bowl?
I'm gonna say yes by being biased. I'm gonna say yes. But in all actuality, I don't know. But I'm gonna say yes because my the fan in me won't let me say nothing else. So I'm gonna say yes.
All right, so look, I'm gonna hit you with a little story, and I wasn't supposed to tell the story. I wasn't supposed to let the secret out, but I'm gonna hit you with a story. So back when Black Panther came out, you know how everybody was excited, people got dressed up, and we went to see the movie. When I first saw the movie, I was like, it was okay, nothing special. But when my white friends would say, "How was Black Panther?" Man, that was one of the best movies I've ever seen in my life. And I always tell my people, yo, when company around, Black Panther was the greatest movie ever. So is this the same thing with the Ravens? Is this the same thing with the Super Bowl? Do you really feel that way, or just because it's your team, you just like, yo, they going to the Super Bowl?
Paper, no, to be honest. But I'm just saying, I'm just being a fan of me. But as of right now, how Ross designed, no, right, not right.
Okay. Oh, why, why would you lose credibility, bruh? Like, listen. I took Brian Flores too. Listen, if he could have came here and done something with this defense, personally, I'd have took Brian Flores over Mike McDonald. That's just me.
Too, because he been around and like I said, won Super Bowls, being in DC. I definitely would have been cool with that.
Bruh. Wait a minute. Listen, Bradley, Jose. Listen, sometimes I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I have to watch Marvel movies like 3 and 4 times to actually say, you know what? God damn, that was a good movie. Like I have to see it over and over. But let's be real. Black Panther was a good it was a good movie.
Yeah, it
But
wasn't blown. It didn't blow the top off the roof like everybody thought. It was okay.
that's what I'm talking about. Somebody that speaks the truth.
Like they had both of them fighting each other. Black Panther, that threw me off at the end. I'm like, fuck. But
Wow, B. Who is Old Man H? And why would he say Wakanda was loud? Who is Old Man H? Y'all some disrespectful, disrespectful dudes, bro. All right. So now my next question is, and we talked about this a little bit earlier before the show. What's going on with your boy Maurice Savage? Like, is he your co-host? Is he just a special guest? Does he just come on sometimes?
that's my co-host. So like I say, he got his own podcast. I'm about to promote it right now. It's called The Way Love Goes. I think he has like 8 or 9 episodes right now. So you can go check that out. Or he streams on his Facebook, but he also is on Apple Podcasts as well. So yeah, that's my co-host. But I just try to get him along when I can, because he got some big things going with that, and I don't really want to derail him a little bit. So I just, whenever I need him to hop on, I'll give him a call and he hop on.
Yeah, I feel you. Listen, I feel you because I'm bad with having people come on. Like, I want people to come on. Like, and listen, this is an invitation to anybody in Ravens community, creators. I'm bad at inviting people on because I don't want to bother people. Like, I don't like feeling like, yo, I know people got lives. YouTube ain't everything for them. So I don't like bothering people like, yo, you want to come on and have a conversation?
But it's like it don't hurt to ask. All they can say is no, yes
I
or
mean,
no.
that's true. I'm an old man, bro. I just don't like, I don't like feeling like I'm a bother.
I understand. I get you, but
You
like I
know,
say, yes or no. They say no, just leave it alone. That's what I do.
facts. All right, my biggest question is, how you get all these guests on your show, bro? If you
Uh,
want to tell the secret, it's cool. If you don't, it
no,
is what it is.
no, trust me. It's everybody think no. Be truthful with you. Just promoting, DMing them. I gotta. Sometimes you gotta be a pest. These type of people, you gotta be a pest. It's like you can't just DM them one time and just. Nah, you really gotta press them, and then show them a couple of your shows, and then from there they got they'll like see what you got going on, and they're gonna want to come on and support.
Right. Because I know I woke up one day, I looked, I was like, Steve Weiss. Oh, snap. Like,
He
you
cool,
out.
cool to the other side of the fan, man.
He seemed like it. I'm like, yo, bro is
I
Yeah.
told him to do 410 Sports Shot Talk. I told him to do that show.
I figured as much. I was like, he went from yours to theirs. I was like, something had to be said for him to jump over there.
My guys, man, Glenn and all them. I just saying James at a media day at the sports agency called Reliance Sports Agency.
I
Me and him,
saw it.
yeah, me and him both was there together. We were doing interviews. So I was just chopping it up with him, man. He's a real cool dude.
Yeah, I saw him. I saw him doing some interviews with a couple of dudes. I was wondering what was going on with that.
They chopping it up. And I just saying sudden death for Alex yesterday at the game.
Oh, word. That's what's up.
Chopping it up with them. They said they're gonna get me on the show, man. So don't forget about me, Purple Rain podcast.
That's what's up. Shout out to Purple Rain. You know, big things. You once again. Hopefully, this community comes together, supports one another. And my last topic is talk about what it's like coaching kids in football and what you got going on with that.
Oh man, it's amazing, man. Like I said, you saving a life, man. Believe it or not. I know people just look at it as football whistle and all that. You're taking a kid that probably come from a broken home, broken background, and giving him an outlet. Show him it's the other way to making a life besides selling drugs, hanging on the farm, joining gangs, basically doing anything illegal. You show him you're giving them a way out. So it's definitely an amazing feeling, man. Like I said, Coach Nye, football at West Baltimore up next Ravens. So like I said, it's my 15 years coaching. Like I said, coach high school and youth football. So I love it, man. It's just no better word and feeling than impacting someone's life.
That's what's up. That's what's up. It's all about the kids because I believe that children are the future.
Absolutely.
You teach them well and you let them lead the way. If I had the sexual chocolate clip from Coming to America, I'd have loaded it up, but I ain't got it. All right, bro.
Talk about the
So
wide receivers. Coach, he played that GIF when he was talking about the children are our future. Basically, said let the young pup do their thing.
and my man Dave, I say F them kids. No, Dave, in this situation, not today. Like we not F them kids today, bro. Like this man is doing a wonderful thing, building up the youth, building up their confidence, helping mold young boys into men. And I think that young black boys need a little bit more of that. I think they need that role model to say, hey, I can do that. I can get out of these situations, especially, coming from Baltimore. Like you need to see somebody doing something other than some of the things that we see dudes doing.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, like they need to know it's possible. And cheesy as it may be, like it's some real stuff being from around here. And I want to thank you for what you do with the kids. I want to thank you for what you do with your podcast. You know what I mean? So we about to end this. To let everybody know everything you got going on, bro. This is your time to promote yourself. Anybody you got questions for them, light it up.
Oh man, thanks again, Hindu man, for having me on, man. This was so much fun, man. I was looking forward to this when you sent the invite. So
Yes,
I
sir.
made sure I was available. I said I'm gonna make sure I'm up. So yeah. But y'all can find me on Facebook, Justin Parnell. This is my regular government name. Instagram, you can find me at Coach _ Justin _ KTSE Sports Talk. Twitter, you can find me at Justin Parnell 18. I see TikTok, KTSE Sports Talk, Justin P. And YouTube is changed the name, so you can find me. YouTube is keep that same energy sports talk with Justin P. And then Twitch, same thing as Justin P 89. So all those available platforms I'm on, you can find me on. But as as I was just saying, I just try to do weekly interviews with as many people. I don't have to be famous people. So it's whatever. It could be athletes, coaches, fellow podcasters. Like I'm trying to get some more comedians on. I had the kid Goey on like a
Kid, yeah.
I don't know if you saw that or not. I'm trying to get more comedians. I'm trying to get more business owners, to do some interviews with. I mean, we try to interview some firefighters and some nurses and people like first responders. So I'm just a very flexible guy. Like, I'm trying to have everybody come on and just, tell their story and tell them.
Yes, sir. You keep up that positive message, them positive vibes. Like we need more of that going on. And he said, what was your Twitter again?
Oh, my Twitter is at Justin Parnell 18.
All right. And just in case some of you missed that, I'll get his information from him. I'll put it in the description below. That way you can hit him up on everything. Like,
Yeah,
subscribe.
I got everything. I got Snapchat. I got all that. I got the whole nine.
That's right, Davon. We got another one. We got another dude to the squad, son. Like, listen, we trying to build something here with this Ravens community. We trying to get these fans out. We trying to get all these subscribers up. Like we trying to do something to where we bring this community together. Whether you have an opinion here or you have an opinion there, if you can intelligently come across and sit across from another person and discuss it instead of arguing and getting mad and taking it personal and lashing out, this is what we're trying to do. We're trying to see things from everyone's perspective. You know what I'm saying? Because even me and my bullheadedness sitting here with Justin, like you see why somebody thinks a certain way and you learn some stuff. Whether you agree with it or not, you like, oh yeah, that does make sense. And it might kind of change the way that you view things. It may not, it may soften your blow as far as being so hard or so light on a certain team, a certain subject. So, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate you. Great show. Thank you. You know, we try to do what we try to do, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to build something here. And I can't do it alone. I can't do it without these other great gentlemen sitting across from me, talking some Ravens football with much more knowledge than I have. You know what I'm saying? Giving you that insight and that perspective. And I really appreciate everything you have going on. And I have to send a shout out to my man. I think More in Peace. I don't know what happened. He sent a donation last week. It didn't come up. You know what I'm saying? We'll get that worked out. But he donated $25 and said, "Great show, brother, man. Thank you, bro. I appreciate it. I appreciate everybody that comes through the show and support however you support. You sitting here just watching, that's enough support for me. Whatever you can do, support this man, support all the homies. You know what I'm saying? Keep it pushing, keep it light. Don't give into conformity.